the Russian Federation registered and to whom is it registered? About this and who is its administrator, how to check its registration, and this will be discussed. You will learn how and on what sites the information is checked and what these sites are. Hello all. Where is the Russian Federation registered? RF is registered with DTCC, which is a depository trust and clearing company. DTCC was founded in 1999. DTCC is a holding company which provides clearing, settlement and information services on shares, corporate and municipal bonds and mutual funds. In other words, there is a firm that is empowered to set standards and conduct regulatory functions in the securities market. At the RF firm, the first such regulator is the Central Bank of Russia. So, the DTCC governs the RF through issued securities in the global financial market. If there are issued securities, then there are owners of these securities. But we are not talking about them now. The owners are known and they are not citizens of the Russian Federation, though everything is not so simple. The reason is the existence of the USSR and the existence of the obligations of the owners of the money to the founders of the USSR. In the field of Roman law, such owner is the people and citizens of the USSR. Let's return to DTCC and its subsidiary company Business Entity Data, BED, B.V. This company made an online application Global Market Entity Identifier Utility, GMEI. Through a system of assigning codes and identifiers in this application, any dependency of one company on another can be tracked. This is what GMEI is all about. Take a look at the screenshot. In general, this site is a worldwide database of commercial companies, legal entities. These companies have world codes and identifiers. They own other companies, and other companies own them. The web is such that even Professor Moriarty would break his head as to how it all works here. Lay RF registration codes and chain of command. Generally speaking, let's look at what lay codes are assigned to the RF firm. Fixing, dates of incorporation, closing, current status, affiliations and links to other firms. Current statuses. Take a look at the screenshot. View all of the above for yourself at. Check it out for yourself at the link below and now let's decipher each item in this report and find out what these items mean. Lay, Legal Entity Identifier, is a 20-digit alphanumeric code. It legally identifies individuals involved in financial transactions. The lay code helps authorities and market participants identify and manage financial risks. Managing LU is a provider that manages an entity's record. In essence, it is the host of the entity. Let's fix the obtained data for RF. Lay 5,493,004 EHVGF 71 PDBU 58. Managing LU. BED, GMEI Utility, 5493. Lay registration status, transferred or relocated. Object status, active. So who is hiding under GMEI number 5493, who registered the RF and which new firm is its current owner? After all, as we found out, control has been transferred. Let's clarify the chain further. Let's pay attention to the legal address of the RF company. Government House, Krasnopresnenskaya Naberezhna, 2, Moscow, Moscow, City, 103,274. Russian Federation. We will need it next. Are there any other firms registered under the same lay code? It turns out there are. Ministry of Finance of the Russian Federation. Take a look at the screenshot. It turns out that the Ministry of Finance of the Russian Federation was also registered with GMEI. With the same lay. However, this firm is currently closed. Date of closure, 17/07/2021. And this means that all of its subsidiaries, including the Tax Inspectorate of the Russian Federation, as firms no longer exist. What does active status mean? Active is assigned to a legal entity that has an independent legal status. Active legal entities include solvent companies that are operating normally, as well as those legal entities that are administratively, judicially or bankrupt but still have legal status. Now we understand that the status of active can also be in bankruptcy, as well as those firms that are under investigation or trial. To understand the significance and validity of the company, we look at its status under the lay in the card. Let's remember for now that the LU, NSD, Russia, 2534. Check your company through the Open Registrar Open Lays. What is this resource below? While we look, more detailed information on the RF Ministry of Finance, check it out for yourself at the link below and take a look at the screenshot. Look at the first screen and the important 2 points, jurisdiction and legal address. In fact, we have the following on the RF Ministry of Finance. The assumed jurisdiction is Russia. The registered address of the legal entity is 9 Ilyinka Str. 1. Moscow, Rumo, Russia, Russia. Headquarters 9 Ilyinka Str. BLD. 1. Moscow, Rumo 109,097. Wow, what interesting facts are revealed. It turns out there are 2 jurisdictions, the jurisdiction of the RF and the jurisdiction of Russia. And they are completely 2 different jurisdictions. And the most interesting thing is that the closed Ministry of Finance of the Russian Federation was not in its jurisdiction until July 17, 2021, but in the jurisdiction of Russia. Even the devil in his own brains broke all the legs. What to say about ordinary people? Masters of money already, probably, have confused in the machinations. Already it is not clear who of their new firms is responsible for the incapacitated citizens of the Russian Federation. After all, RF does not legally exist, as it turns out. Let's get back to open lays. Here is a summary of this source. Take a look at the screenshots. We found out that the RF Ministry of Finance was registered by the National Settlement Depository. We take its lay code and look for information on this commercial firm. Take a look at the screenshot. I did these actions to show you how the substitution of concepts takes place, through changes in the names of firms and their jurisdictions. We have gone a little bit away from where the Russian Federation is registered and who it is registered in, but you now know a lot. Now let's find out the information about the managing provider of the RF registration record. It's the BED GMEI utility, 5493. The ultimate firm that owns the RF registration record. Let's enter BED GMEI utility, 5493, into Yandex search, and on the 3rd line in my search open lays site pops up. Go to the link and look at the information. Take a look at the screenshot. Interesting information about the sponsoring authority is the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. It is the one that is shown to allocate all the money for such databases and accounting by them. Copy lay EVKO5KS7XY1DEII3R011 and put it on the GMEI website. We see the following. Take a look at the screenshot. A new line appeared at the bottom of the screenshot, Ultimate Parent. What does this mean? The ultimate parent is the top-level legal entity that prepares the consolidated financial statements for the subsidiary. Click on MLDY5N6PZ58Z60Q102 and see who incorporated the RF firm. Take a look at the screenshot. RF has the following indicators. Registration Center Facility Identifier, unavailable. Date last updated, December 29, 2017. Actually and legally RF does not exist since December 2017, and I clearly showed you where and how to look. I have a legitimate question for RF citizens. Who do you pay your taxes and utilities to? Do you even see where the Russian Federation is registered and to whom it is registered? Commercial law in the jurisdiction of the Russian Federation, given that the parent RF firm is liquidated, but its subsidiaries still remain. If you go to the website of the Tax Inspectorate, you can find these companies by their OGRN. Any court, prosecutor's office, or local MIA are local for-profit companies that provide services. The main trouble is that they don't disclose the essence of the contracts. And since they do, they are in violation of the UCC Uniform Commercial Code. Not only that, they fall under Admiralty Maritime Law, and already many other firms such as U.S., Germany, UK, France, Italy, are recognized as pirates. You can see what happens for violation of honesty and openness of deals in the movie John Wick 2. The UCC, according to my information, I could be wrong, was created precisely for honesty and openness of contract terms. It is in this code that the concepts and substance of undisclosed commercial contracts and agreements are spelled out. There is even such a paragraph 1 to 308, which I mentioned in my article on promissory notes and bills of exchange. I can only say it again here. I reserve the right not to compel you to perform any contract or commercial agreement that I have not knowingly, voluntarily and unintentionally entered into. I do not accept responsibility for the unsuitable benefit of any undisclosed contract or commercial agreement. Conclusion. I hope now you understand where the Russian Federation is registered and in whose name it is registered. And I don't know how long it will take for the citizens of the USSR to wake up to the realization that they have never been citizens of the Russian Federation. They never received a Russian passport. In addition to what I said, read the new law of the Russian Federation FZ 109 that came into force on July 1, 2021. What does it say? All so-called civil servants in the RF are obliged to confirm their citizenship from the moment the law enters into force. I wonder how the citizens of the USSR, which all the de jure persons are, will confirm their citizenship of the Russian Federation. It will be especially interesting to look at the officials in 6 months, who will not confirm Russian citizenship. They will essentially have to be deported from the territory of the RSFSR, USSR. By the way, in 2012, Shurov explained everything popularly, that even the president of the RF is not a civil servant. Unfortunately, there is no translation into English. Once again, the RF is not a government, but a commercial firm, which is already closed in world registries. However, the stupidity and wretchedness of the thinking of the hosts of Echo Moskvy Radio makes it impossible to get into the words of an official. Now imagine, if these two in front of Shurov are stupid, what can be said about the entire population of Russia? Good day to you all.